recognize is that our children are actually different than us. We as fathers have a tendency to start pigeonholing our children into behaving and doing and being excited about the same things that we are. But what we need to recognize and understand is that every child is unique and every child is different. They're going to like different things. They're going to respond to different things differently, and they're going to have different interests. It's okay that they're unique. It's okay that they're different than us. Our job as fathers is to let them explore their uniqueness and their individuality. The next thing that we actually need to do is we need to eliminate our distractions. This little device that I'm recording this video with, our cell phones, those are all distractions that keep us from connecting with and relating with our children. Our children don't care about how many Facebook likes we have. They don't care about the latest YouTube video. What they do care about is quality time with us. So find a way to eliminate distractions, technology, and everything else that is keeping you from connecting with your child. Now, I was reading a book lately, Wild at Heart by John Eldredge, and in the book he suggests that each little boy and each little girl is trying to answer a question. Little boys are trying to answer the question, am I enough? Do I have what it takes? And little girls are trying to answer the question, am I lovely? Our job as fathers is to answer those questions for our sons and for our daughters, to let them know they do have what it takes, that they are enough, to let them know they're worth fighting for, to let them know they're worth protecting. If you can do that as a father, you're going to be a step ahead of the game. Also, as fathers, we need to look for teaching moments. Now, we have a tendency sometimes to bring the hammer, but what I suggest to you is that it's not always about discipline. It's not always about punishment or restriction. It's about teaching opportunities. Our job is to be a coach, a mentor, or a guide. So when little kids, our children, our boys and girls, step out of line or do something they shouldn't do, our job is to help them and navigate them to the path that they need to go so that they can actually be successful when they step out on their own. We also need to recognize that it's okay to be silly at times. It's okay to be goofy and wacky and crazy with your kids. I think too often we are so serious because we're caught up in building wealth and we're caught up in our businesses and we're caught up in our community task and being the head of the household. But sometimes we just have to relax. We have to smile and we have to play and we have to roughhouse and we have to be goofy with our children so that they can understand life is about enjoyment. Also, I want you to recognize that it's okay to be nosy. This is one time in life where it's okay not to mind your own business. Our kids spend 2 hours in the morning with us, and they spend 2 to 3 hours at night with us, and the rest of the day they're spending it with their friends or they're spending it with their teachers. I want to know what's going on in my kids' life. What are they being taught? Is it in line with what I believe? Is it the right thing? Are they being bullied? Ask questions, get engaged, get involved, and let your kids know that you actually care about what's going on in their life. Consider coaching their teams. Consider getting involved with their extracurricular activities. Again, we don't have a lot of time with them, and so coaching teams, getting involved with extracurricular activities is an opportunity for you to connect on a deeper level. Not only for you to show them how you respond to teams and how you respond to other kids, but to let them know that they're important. If you can get involved and be engaged with your children, you're going to have fun, you're going to learn from them, and they're going to learn from you. Next is be the dad first. It's dad first, friends second. I had friends growing up that didn't have any guidelines or restrictions and they could roam around town and do whatever they want without any consequences. And looking back on it now, I'm so grateful that my mom instilled discipline and structure because it helped me get to the point where I am today. There's too many people out there that are concerned about what their kids think of them and they're concerned about being a friend when they should be the disciplinary figure and they should help those kids. Our sole priority as parents is to get our kids to the point where they can step out on their own and be completely self-sufficient and handle whatever life has to throw at them. Dad first, friend second. Also, let your kids get involved with you. We talked about being involved with your kids' activities, but I think it's just as important that they get involved in your activities. I've got a shop here. We like to play and tinker and build. I also do Spartan races, and I invite my kids to come participate in those with me because it's an opportunity for them to learn something new, but it's an opportunity for me to stay engaged with them in the midst of everything else that all of us have going on in life. And the last tip I want to share with you today, and I think this is the most important, is teach your kids the value of hard work. This is a major problem in society. Too many people believe that they're entitled to something, that they deserve something. And the only thing that somebody deserves is the things that they've been working hard for and have earned. And that's what we try to instill and teach in our children, that they're going to have chores, that it's going to be hard work, that they're going to have commitment, and they're going to have discipline. This is what we need to focus on with our kids. And if you remember me saying that our sole purpose as a parent is to get our little children to the point where they'll be completely self-sufficient and handle anything that life has to throw at them. The bottom line here, guys, is that I want to be a good father. You want to be a good father. And when we follow these principles and the other principles that help us be the best versions of fathers that we can be, to help our kids have more, to help our kids do more, to help them be more, and in the midst of everything else that's going on, and the roller coaster it is to raise little boys and little girls, when you follow these principles, you will be a success as a father.